Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides. FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? Black, he's tired of you. He's tired of us. Check.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jameis to throw it. It's complete to Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
From the 45 on second down, Winston. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. D.D. Westbrook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Mike 53. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
20. Ready. Blue ready. Single, slot. Hey. Green, triple team. Here we go. Check three. Tight end right. Yeah, let's get sacked. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's got room. Touchdown, Vikings. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Wait. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
to throw is Winston. That's complete to Robinson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Washington Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That'll be complete to Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. His throw incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Winston. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, one thing's for sure. When you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And all the way down to the 35. A big run there by Johnson. 62 yards. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And
now a give, right side. Small. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Brissett being chased out left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Brissett. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
At the 16-yard line.
Throwing on second down, Brissett. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Tim Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And the 13-year man puts it through. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready. Blue lady. Sonic. 54. Here we go. Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Off, off. Double. Kill. Here we go. 54.
Looking to throw on second down. Winston stepping up. He'll try and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Mike. Ready? Green, triple C. Blue lady. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Winston from the gun on third down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Winston now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Hey, 5 on the 50. You go 5 on the 50.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready. Me and you on deck. On deck. Flip it, flip it, flip it. I'm coming after you. 24 is the mic. Got you. I got you. Got you, son. 24 is the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they can't bring him down. A huge play there for Washington. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Kenny Golladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14 to 10. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Tight end right, tight end right. 4 down, even. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Brissett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start. Out of the gun, Brissett. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now Callaway on the return. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, it's Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Ready. Black 25. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
From the gun, Winston. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? Let's go, D. Mike 52.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Brissett now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Don't get nervous.
Another try after the first down sack. Brissett, and a pressure gets to him again. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike, 58, right there. Wants to run. Hey, they're running it. And run. Well, 58's the Mike. Bound to lose one. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. I don't even know why this is. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Returnable here for Callaway. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, Johnson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this 1st half. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Mike, 58, right there. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Joker out. Joker.
Throwing on second and long. Brissett. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, here's Brissett. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Winston. He finds Robinson. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Jameis again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10.
Green, triple team. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. Mike 54. Mike 54.
I got one.
Again, it's Winston. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you...
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
Let's set it. Wait.
Right there.
Echo.
54 Mike.
Wait. Danny. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. To try again after the sack, Winston finds his tight end Ingram. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Winston now looking for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Allen Robinson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Check out. Hey.
To throw is Brissett. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Tim Williams, his 2nd sack of the night.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
I got one. My 52. Too little, Cap.
No, check that.
Brissett. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. On 2nd and 9, Winston. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Watch 13. 13's crossing. Check.
First down, Winston. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Coming this way, here we go.
Jameis to throw it. It's complete to Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's another Washington Redskins first down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm going to come back to you.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills. And that'll bring up second down.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on signal.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's ready. Go. 4 down. Check.
From the shotgun, it's Bissett. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
Johnson running right. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Brissett lets it fly for Thielen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you.
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. 20. Touchdown, Washington. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to